So the biggest preconception is that we don't understand what it takes to meet people.
Right.
So
Right.
it was actually harder for us. I believe.
I think so.
Today is just so much easier.
I think so. If you have a smartphone, I mean, you're good. Now, you can't get catfished.
Yeah.
That could be a problem.
So where did that term catfish come from?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
What does that even mean?
Why do they call it catfish?
I don't know.
Or just hoodwinked?
Maybe it's got something to do with
Bamboozled.
right, taking the bait.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Catfished. That's probably a good topic to talk about when we bring on some of our millennial guests.
Yes.
Just the change in colloquialisms.
Right.
You know, my daughter told me about something like swag. When you're talking about someone, it's like you say they're jonesing.
Swag.
Or they're no, not jonesing, josing.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. And so I jokingly say it to her sometimes, and she says, that doesn't make any sense.
Josing?
Josing.
Josing.
You josing.
Okay.
All right, you're going to have to explain that to me. When my daughter comes on,
I don't have a clue.
we got to figure out what josing means.
Maybe it's kind of like high-siding back in our day. Have you heard that term?
Never.
High-siding?
Eyesight.
Maybe that's a Texas, Dallas term.
Never heard that. What does that mean?
Basically running game.
Running game.
You high-siding, bro.
You're high side.
Stop high-siding, man.
Okay. For me, it was like you jerking me around. You playing me.
Well, you from New York.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't as sophisticated.
High siding. That's too much.
Not high-siding. High-siding, bro.
High siding. High siding.
You high-siding,
Too
man.
many syllables in that.
Stop high-siding, man.
If we was in New York, it was just too many syllables.
Right.
High siding. 3 syllables.
No.
We need something with 1 syllable.
But anyway,
back to preconceptions.
preconceptions. That's a big one.
Yeah. I also agree that one of the biggest preconceptions is that we just don't understand the life that our young folk are living today.
How hard it is.
We don't understand how hard it is because I think the perception of what's hard has changed. Right? For us, we didn't have access to so many technological advances. I remember when we first got a microwave. It's like folk thought we were like...
You had a microwave?
Yeah, see? Exactly. Right? Folks thought we were the Jeffersons moving on up. Right? We had a microwave and the thing made so much noise. Right? You turn the thing, it was like... And then I remember my dad refused to use the microwave because he thought it was a governmental conspiracy to spread cancer in the low-income communities.
Oh my God.
And he swore, I love you, Dad, rest in peace. But you'd be laughing at this too. He swore that the food tasted different when he put it in the microwave.
Now, this is the same dad that locked.
This is the same dad that locked the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be clear.
He swore that the food tasted different when it came out of the microwave.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, maybe he was right.
Yeah. In the first VCRs, remember them?
Yes.
It was like we had one that sounded like an airplane taking off.
Oh yeah.
It was like
and the tape would get caught up in the VCR.
Tape would get caught up. And if you were industrious, you would take that tape apart and use Scotch tape and put it back together.
Or rewind the tape.
Kids don't
back
know
into
about
the
that.
VCR.
That's one of the things we need to pass on to this new generation. How to fix stuff
How to fix stuff.
on your own.
VCR tapes.
Cassette
It was
tape.
huge.
Yeah. How to fix stuff. Well, we don't use VCR tapes anymore, right? We don't use cassette tapes.
Do they even still make those?
I don't know. I don't think so. Everything's digital.
Okay.
I actually talked to someone about sending them a DVD of my film. And they were like, I ain't had a DVD player since 2007.
Like, dude, can you drop me an MP4, sir?
So we got to teach them how to fix stuff.
Right.
But preconceptions.
Yeah.
We just don't understand stuff.
No.
It's true.
We don't.
They think we don't understand stuff because why?
Dude, I don't understand stuff. I don't understand a lot of stuff my son does. I don't.
But the focal point being we don't understand what they live through or they go through.
No.
Why don't we understand that?
Because I think we feel they have it easier. Have they really gone through anything?
Do they have it easier?
I think they do. We didn't have Uber. There were Friday nights I was at home. I wanted to go out. My only option was to walk.
Walk or I grew up in New York, so it was Subway.
We didn't have that in Dallas.
You didn't have that in Dallas.
No.
You had,
I had one friend that had a car.
you had walk or you had horse and carriage in Texas.
Right. We rode horses. Yeah. Right. I had a horse in the backyard. Right. Yeah. But no, their access is unlimited. They have Venmo. My mom couldn't Vend me $20.
We had to ask for it.
Right. And have a good reason to ask for it.
We had to ask for it.
Yeah.
Or go in their purse when they weren't looking.
Right.
Just telling you what I heard.
So, yeah. I think they have it much easier. We didn't have Uber Eats.
Yeah. I don't know if it's so much easier. And understand my perception, my understanding of this has really evolved over the last couple of years. And the reason I say that is because
He's evolved.
He's evolved.
I like that.
It's evolved into a plethora, multifaceted personality.
Evolved.
No. So my daughters, as you know, my youngest just graduated.
Yep.
From college.
Go Tigers.
LSU.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. With a dual degree in marketing and psychology.
Dual.
Yes. I didn't know they had that.
That's the thing.
But so for all intents and purposes, and I welcome this. She's actually become, the resident therapist. Right. So, at any given point, I may be on the couch and not know it. And then about an hour later, I get this profound explanation of why I do things. And so I'm okay with it, right? Because I'm 50 something.
Right.
You 50 something.
You are.
Right. I'm still trying to understand what I'm going through in life because I don't understand all of it. There's a lot of stuff that I still want out of life. And when I was 20, I would never have thought about, 50 and all that. In the months now that I'm 50 something, and you're 50 something, 50 something. So anyway, so she tells me stuff that makes me understand that they don't necessarily have it easier. It's just that their experiences are different. So while our experiences may have been more physical in terms of you can't just flip your phone up. I said flip phone. That kind of dates me. You can't just get your phone in front of you and dial and text 100 people at one time. You physically had to get on a phone when there wasn't any lock on it. And you had to call people, right? Whereas today, a thought can be disseminated around the world in the blink of an eye. So that the social pressure on them is much greater than it was on us when we were coming up, because we just didn't have access to all of the the social unlimitedness, if that's a word.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that. I just think it was much harder for us to get a date. Because if you weren't willing to, we had to stare rejection squarely in the eyes. And if you're not willing to do that, you weren't going to get a date.
The mystery of dating.
The mystery of dating.
Rejection.
Jungle of dating.
We had to stare rejection square in the eye.
We did. As opposed to staring my phone. Is being rejected digitally have a less of an impact than an actual face-to-face rejection.
Yeah. It's like the concept of how people get in their cars and become arrogant so-and-sos.
Right.
Because they're encompassed or bubbled into their little environment where no one can get to them, so they become much more aggressive and attitudinal and so forth. Yeah,
right.
So I get that. I
Right.
get that. Uh-huh.
Right. Because when we went out clubbing or if we were just at school and a girl rejected you, everybody knew. It wasn't a private thing. It was a public fail. And everybody knew about it. So in the club, when you had to ask people to dance. Everybody didn't say yes. So
in a sense, it's easier now to reach out and communicate intentions. But does that mean the rejection is any easier to accept?
for them, they would probably say no. It's just a different form of rejection.
Rejection is rejection.
Rejection is rejection.
It comes.
No is no.
It comes in the shape of an emoji, a smiling face emoji,
Or a girl just looking at you and just like, really?
but doesn't. But to me, that would make you stronger. To have that face-to-face rejection.
I think so.
That's interesting.
Because I think you can easily, these online relationships that we think we have, you can easily just, those aren't real. I don't know these people.
Especially when there's filters involved.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God. The dreaded filters.
You having a conversation with
my
someone that you think is like, Beyonce.
See, I'm not going to touch that one.
Well, no, we're going to skip that one. I'm sorry. So, is it easier or harder to engage between these generations? So what I'm hearing is, and I agree, to the most part, it was harder for us to engage. Strictly because the process of engagement had there were less levels. They were more impactful levels.
Right.
Or I should say, let me rewind that. There were more levels to the impact of us relationship-wise because we had to, meet the people. We had to slip them my phone number. We had to find a phone that didn't have a lock on it. We had to do a number of things before we even got to the point where we asked the girl out or, whatever. Where now it's just, boop.
Right. Then you had your boys, either cheering you on or ridiculing you every step of the way.
Laughing in your face when they see you rejected.
Because they know you're going to get rejected.
So I was at a party. I was at a party one time. I'm sorry, I'm a storyteller, guys. So when things remind me of stories and things I've been through, I just blurt them out. So I was at, it was Fairleigh Dickinson University back when I was in college. And I was at some kind of function with my boys at the time, Vaughn, right, V-Love, and Rodney Russell, and Kelly, and we were hanging out, and they had this game that they loved to play, right, where they, as a group, we would all kind of walk up to this young lady, right, and then one of them would say, "He wants to talk to you," and then everyone would leave, and then you'd be standing there by yourself.
Wow.
With
friends like those,
who needs enemies?
Who needs enemies?
But that was so. I remember that to this day.
But you were better for that.
Yeah.
You had to have a, what do they call it? Elevator pitch queued up at all times.
Yeah, my elevator pitch was usually, "Yo, what's up with my boys? Yo, where y'all
Where
going?
did they go?
Where y'all going?" But yeah,
You want to dance?
Since we standing here, you want to dance?
Can I buy you a drink?
What's your number?
And hopefully she would say no, because you're broke.
Typically,
You're broke. $5.
That's why we were at one of those college parties.
Exactly.
There was no cover.
Right. Wow.
Anyway, we digressed it again.
Interesting.
But so yeah, this whole preconception of we don't understand. I would sum it up as saying, it's not that we don't understand. We have to merge our understanding of the new generation into our habitualness of how we did things.
Right.
Right? Because we just did things because of how we had to do them.
Right.
And they're just totally different.
Right.
From this younger generation. So I get it. I get it.
Right.
The key to it, I think, is communicating.
It's it.
Right? You got to have a communication level with your child that obviously will evolve over time, but does eventually get to a point where they feel they can have an adult type conversation with you and not receive a parental type response.
Right. And just respecting each other's experiences, not diminishing yours, not elevating mine, but trying to find that common ground.
Yes.
Where we can relate.
Yes, absolutely.
And hopefully by relating, we can help them be better and they can help us be better.
Yes, because we don't know it all.
We don't know. We actually know very little.
Even though I'm 50-something.
Right.
And you 50-something.
If y'all haven't guessed, we don't know a whole lot.
We don't know a whole lot. And that's even more impactful when we look at changes in the times, the changes in technology, the changes in culture. Just the fact that you could, at any point in time, log on something and see adult content material. Whereas back in the day, I remember, and I'm not saying this because I'm proud of it. I'm saying this because it's a testament to evolving and how God kept me from things that would have probably had me go a whole different direction.
Well,
I'm about to go.
Somebody told me you used to have to actually go in a store and buy certain printed materials.
If they let you buy it.
If they let you
buy it. If they were, not a reputable establishment with a high level of integrity, you could buy it.
That's what somebody told me.
I remember.
I don't know about that.
This is what I heard.
Somebody said it.
I remember someone telling me how they had to go down to like little mailbox on the corner
Yep.
and spend 75 cents on
See.
on material that wasn't even bad in
No.
today's standards,
Oh no.
but was, pretty risque back in the
Risque. I like that word.
yeah
For some reason.
risque.
I don't know.
It was pretty risque,
Risque.
but so
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
We might know the same people
We probably know
that
a
was
lot.
saying that stuff.
We probably know a lot of the same people,
Yeah.
which is good.
But, like Ken was saying, we just hope that these conversations can begin us helping to understand each other better. Generationally.
I think they will. And the reason that I think that they will is not so much because I think that we've created something that's ultimately brain blowing,
Right.
and earth shattering,
Right.
even though it personally is huge.
His mind is blown.
Huge. It's huge. I just think it's about communication. Communication that we don't have on a consistent basis. And there's a whole nother layer of that when it comes to, is that prevalent throughout the different cultures?
Right.
This level of communication.
Right.
So I think that's the key, though. Being able to communicate with your children,
Right.
and communicate with people that you love.
Right.
Communicate with people that are important to you, because they should have an understanding,
Right.
about what makes you tick. If
Right.
if it's important to you,
Right.
if it's not important to you, get to stepping.
Whatever.
Deuces. I ain't getting
Right.
for that.
Right. Right.
So good, man. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have my daughter and your son on, so people can hear from their mouths
Right.
whether we have a clue, right, about what we've been talking about.
That's going to be a heavily edited.
That's
show.
Definitely not going to be live. It's and there might be a lot of stuff left on the editing room floor.
Right.
But I can't wait to do that because
It's going to be fun.
that is such an intriguing kind of conversation to have.
Right.
Because like I said, we truly, I know Mike, I've known him for a long time, and integrity above board, honesty above board, so I'm 50 something.
And I'm 50 something.
There you go. You finally caught on to that. So I know that he has the same perception and the same goal in asking questions, and that is a goal of understanding.
Right.
If we can understand what our young folk are dealing with, experiencing, how they make decisions, then the ability to pass stuff along to them that's relevant and that's impactful and that's important, I think will be so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
And at the end of the day, we want them to be better than us.
Absolutely.
We want their relationships to be better than ours.
Absolutely.
And when they become parents, they can in turn, their kids will even be better than them.
Absolutely. That's what we're called to do.
Right.
To be better, or not even be better, because I think just by saying the word better,
Yeah.
we imply or we give the perception that somehow what you did and experienced in the past wasn't good enough.
True.
So to grow
Right.
and to evolve,
Evolve.
and there's that word again.
That's a better word.
Evolve. Like
We need to be about evolving.
I want them to be more evolved, more well-rounded,
Aware.
aware. Excellent. Be more aware, be more informed.
Right.
I had here I go again telling a story. But I had someone telling me the other day that I do too much for my girls.
Wow.
Too much. And in my brain, I'm like, how can you do too much for your children? right? I know what I had, what my father gave to me because of what he had. Why wouldn't I want to make sure they have not only the ability to understand their existing environment, but also the benefits of me having understood my previous environment, right? That's how we grow. It's like a staircase.
And isn't that parenting?
That's parenting, but you'd be surprised. I've had folk say you do too much. You do. I've had one folk say to me, "Well, that's why you're still single, because your children are so heavily involved in your life." And I'm like, well, when I meet the woman who steps up, to be part of my life like that, then she'll understand that they're a part of my life. But right now, I'm single. That's my life.
Right.
My life is to make their lives much more equipped,
right,
than mine.
Otherwise, what is our role in our children's lives?
Exactly.
I mean, we don't misunderstand. We're not talking about enabling people. We're talking about supplementing, guiding, directing.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
Had
just to be clear.
I had to give you a big cheer on that one.
Thank you.
Supplementing and guiding.
Right.
Absolutely, positively.
Right. So yeah, again, we cannot wait until we hear what they have to say. We don't know. We haven't talked to them.
We told, but they know us, right? So they know they're gonna get some questions that may embarrass them a little bit.
That's okay.
But it is okay. Sometimes true
They
transparency.
embarrass us all the time.
This is true.
All the time.
Well, I kind of embarrass myself.
True. Good point.
In trying to embarrass them, I end up embarrassing myself because they look at me like, really?
You're right. What are you doing?
Like, really? I explained to you the story about adding more fiber to my diet.
Oh boy.
I'm not going to go into the depths.
Let's not.
I'm not going to go into the depths.
Let's not talk about that.
But when I tried to explain to my child the benefits of having added more fiber to my diet, she looked at me like, really?
Oh my God.
Do I need to understand all of the detailed responses and results to having more fiber in your diet?
We will not be doing colonoscopies live on this show.
But I will say to all our brothers listening who are part of our demographic, because I'm 50 something,
and I'm 50 something,
that if you don't have more fiber in your diet,
go get checked.
Go get some fiber in your diet. Okay, some granola.
Get yourself checked out.
Eat some of the green leafy stuff.
Right.
Because you need, if you 50 something and over, you need to do that.
You do.
Just make sure they have a cigarette and a drink ready for you afterwards.
Okay. All right.
I feel a little unloved.
Oh Lord.
After my colonoscopy.
Oh Lord. Oh well.
All right. Good for this segment. Mike, that was good.
That was good.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll be back in the next segment. And we look forward to talking to you soon. Avo Pod, because I'm 50 something.
And I'm 50 something.
And we talking about something.
We'll holla.
Absolutely necessary.
Highsiding.